Look at the person to your left. Now, look to your right. Statistically, according to the current trajectory of the global economy, none of you, including the person speaking, were ever meant to be wealthy. In the end of this video there, 4 golden rules to be rich. We live in a world that is meticulously designed to keep you in a state of functional poverty. Not the kind of poverty where you're starving, but the kind where you're just comfortable enough to never quit, yet just broke enough to never be free. The 1% aren't just luckier than you. There is 4 rules, which is equal to gold. They aren't just working harder while you sleep. They are playing a completely different game, with a completely different set of rules on a completely different psychological map. While you are taught to be a consumer, they are trained to be architects. While you are chased by dopamine, they are fueled by delayed gratification. Today, we are tearing down the veil. We're going to look at the cold, hard data of why your own brain is your bank account's worst enemy, and why the scripted life you've been sold is a financial death sentence. Forget everything you think you know about saving money or working hard. By the end of this video, you will either be terrified of your current habits, or you'll finally have the key to the exit. Choose carefully. Why is the 9 to 5 the default? To understand why most people will never be rich, we have to look at the origin of the average Joe. Our modern education system wasn't designed by philosophers or dreamers. It was heavily influenced by the industrial titans of the late 19th century, men like Rockefeller and Carnegie. They didn't need a nation of entrepreneurs. They needed a nation of obedient workers. People who could follow instructions, sit still for 8 hours, and value security above all else. This created the safety trap. Evolutionarily, your brain loves safety. For 200,000 years, different meant dead. If you stayed with the tribe and did what everyone else did, you survived. But in the 21st century, this ancient survival mechanism is a financial parasite. The tribe today is the middle class. And the boss security they offer is a steady paycheck that loses 5 to 7% of its value every year to inflation. While the masses were being programmed for stability, the 1% were mastering the psychology of risk asymmetry. They understood that in a rigged system, the only way to win is to own the assets, not the hours. 1. The dopamine tax, hyperbolic discounting. The biggest obstacle between you and $1 million is a $200 smartphone and a $5 latte. No, this isn't boomer advice. This is neuroscience. Humans suffer from hyperbolic discounting. We value a small reward now more than a massive reward later. The 1% have rewired their brains to find dopamine in the growth of their numbers, while the 99% find it in the spending of them. A study. Notice how luxury brands like Louis Vuitton or Gucci don't target billionaires in their ads. They target the aspiring middle class. Status signaling is a tax the poor pay to look rich. 2. The Cantillon Effect and the debt illusion. Most people view debt as a tool to buy things they can't afford. The 1% view debt as a tool to buy time and tax-free liquidity. When the central banks print trillions, that money doesn't reach you first. It reaches the banks and the ultra-wealthy, the Cantillon Effect. They buy assets, real estate stocks, before the prices inflate. By the time that money trickles down to your salary, its purchasing power has vanished. You aren't getting poorer because you're lazy. You're getting poorer because you're holding a currency that is designed to melt. 3. The cognitive wall, fixed versus fluid intelligence. The average person views their income as a result of their effort. The 1% view income as a result of their systems. If you are paid for your time, you have a ceiling. There are only 24 hours in a day. The wealthy focus on scalability. They look for asymmetric bets, situations where the downside is limited, but the upside is infinite. Writing code, creating content, or investing in startups. Most people will never be rich because they are terrified of a 10% chance of failure, even if the 90% chance of success leads to total freedom. So how do you stop being a victim of your own biology? There is the 4 golden rule. You need a system overhaul. 1. Kill the consumer identity. Stop buying things to impress people you don't even like. Every dollar you spend on a liability is a soldier you've sent to die in a war you were losing. 2. The 10% rule of aggression. Don't just save, attack. Direct at least 20% of your income into asymmetric assets. Buy things that work while you sleep. 3. Rewire your dopamine. Start tracking your net worth daily. Make the green candles on your portfolio give you more excitement than a new pair of sneakers. 4. Ownership is the only exit. You will never get rich renting out your time. You must own equity, a piece of a business, a piece of a brand, or a piece of the future. The Matrix isn't a computer simulation. It's the collective psychology of the fearful. To leave it, you don't need a red pill. You need a long-term horizon. The statistics say you will watch this video, feel a momentary surge of motivation, and then go back to your old habits tomorrow morning. The algorithm knows this, the banks know this, your brain knows this. But you have the power to prove the math wrong. The door to the 1% isn't locked from the outside, it's held shut from the inside by your own need for comfort. If you're ready to stop being a character in someone else's script, hit the subscribe button and join our community of architects. We don't just talk about money, we decode the systems that control it. The choice is yours. Stay scripted or start writing. Subscribe and like the video for more, and be ready to be rich.